Hey go-getters, welcome back to my channel. My name is Desi and I am a life coach helping you increase your productivity and living the life that you want. So if you've been following along in this time management series, you've noticed that I'm wearing the same outfit every single video, and that's because I did all these videos in one day. Talk about time management, right? Anyways, so if you've already been following along, then you've already heard about changing your perspective of what time management is and looking at your time in a week-to-week basis versus a 24-hour period. So if you've seen the previous videos, you know that if you work 40 hours a week and you sleep 8 hours a night, you have 168 hours in a week. That leaves you with 72 glorious hours every single week to help you accomplish your goals. So that being said, if you followed along in the previous videos and you have gone through and taken those 10 minutes to establish what the good life is to you and what's important to you, you are ready for this video. Congratulations and welcome to the next level. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is scheduling and routines. Routines and scheduling are kind of go hand in hand with habits. If you've never read anything about habits, habits are like the invisible infrastructure of your life. Once you start to establish habits, then you really don't have to think about it anymore. You just do. And let me tell you, establishing habits is one of the hardest things you will ever do. But when you do it, it is absolutely life-changing. So I have read a gazillion books on habits, from the actual book called Habits by Charles Duhigg. There is also the book Better Than Before by Gretchen Rubin. She also has a new book, The 4 Tendencies, that's come out, which basically breaks you down to 4 different types of categories of how you establish habits. That book is money. That book will teach you how to incorporate habits in your life. So I absolutely recommend it. It is so great to understand how you work and how you can establish new habits in your life. Anyways, I will put the description and the link below to both of those books. If you are interested, they are wonderful resources when it comes to changing and building new habits. So today we're going to talk about building routines and building in a schedule. Have you ever heard of time blocking? I don't know how many people haven't heard of that, but I know that when I heard of it from a really good friend many years ago, it seriously helped change my productivity. When you time block, basically what you're doing is you're taking a schedule, and that can be paper or that can be on an actual calendar on the computer, like electronic calendar on your phone, however you want to do it. Myself, I am a pen and paper person. I just love using new pens, drawing and having pretty writing. Plus, I feel like I see it more when it's pen and paper versus just an electronic thing in my phone or an electronic calendar on my desktop. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to start chunking your time. So let's say that you get home from work at 5 o'clock at night and you go to bed at 9 o'clock at night. That means you have 4 hours. Well, you know that you're going to probably need to cook dinner if it's not already made. So let's say we're going to chunk from 5 to 6. That's going to be dinner prep and eating. Okay. Then let's say from 6 to 6:30, you know you're going to clean up after dinner. And so you're going to put that time aside. So, maybe today's Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, you spend time with your, one-on-one, uninterrupted time with your kids, no electronics, just you and them playing maybe a board game. So 6:30 to 7:30, that is going to be kid time. Then you're going to have a little bit of time left after that, right? You're going to go to bed at 9. So maybe 7:30 to 8 is getting your kids into the night routine. Now, my kids are a little bit older, so they know what their night routine is, and it doesn't take a lot for me to get them going, mostly just yelling and making sure that they're staying on their time that they're supposed to be doing and that they're accomplishing all the things they need to. So then 8 to 9. My kids go to bed at 8. So from 8 to 9, what I do is that's the time that I do my night routine. And that includes, obviously washing my face, brushing my teeth. I do some workouts at night, not really low intensity workouts, but those workouts, it's the compound effect. A little bit every day makes a difference. And that's also when I either am reading, I spend quality time with my boyfriend, or I am journaling or working on more life coaching stuff. So basically, time chunking means that you're setting aside a chunk of time and you are working on one activity at a time. If you haven't read The One Thing, huge life-changing book, because it tells you to focus on one thing at a time. If you haven't already noticed, I'm kind of a bookworm and I love reading. So that's what I'm doing here, is just giving you all the tools I've learned over the years. So time chunking or time blocking is the first thing that you're going to want to do. That is going to allow you to make sure that you are scheduling in the time that you want for the things that are important to you. Remember, the previous video, you've already established those, so start thinking about how you can incorporate each of those in. Now, routine is also incredibly important. Do you get up early in the mornings, or do you stay up late at night? What works best for you? Figure out how you can become consistent in either a wake-up routine or a night routine so that you can schedule in the things that matter to you. For me, if you saw the previous video, health is really important to me. So the very first thing I do every morning is drink a tall glass of water with lemon in it to kind of help kickstart my metabolism, to help with my skin. I mean, there's so many benefits to lemon water. If you don't know about that, you have to look it up. It's amazing. But then I go through a process in the morning. I'm going to be doing a video on my night routine and on my morning routine. So if you are interested, make sure that you like this video and you subscribe so you can come back and learn more about what I do every single day to make sure that I am in peak performance mode. Anyways, the next thing is scheduling. So something that's really important to me is my relationship with my boyfriend. Him and I both agree that with kids playing sports, with our crazy jobs, we both have really long commutes to work. There's just not a lot of time for us to spend together. So what we've done is we have chiseled out time 3 nights a week to make sure that we get to spend one-on-one time together. And that is seriously the best, because it allows us to kind of, one, air our grievances, if we have any, but also talk through maybe what our plans are, dream about the future together and where our life is going. But it's just an open forum, and it means that we get each other's attention, and we're not fighting each other or fighting our phones, for attention. I'm not, sitting there upset because I feel like I'm not getting enough attention from him, but then I'm not saying anything about it, right? Or saying something about it in a not nice way, which I have been known to do. So if you're watching this, I love you and I'm sorry. Anyways, so we schedule Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights. So after we've gone through and done our night routine, which usually ends about 8:30, from about 8:30 to 9:15, we read a book together. It's called Emotional Fitness for Couples. And it's just a quick 10 minutes every night. But then after we read the chapter, we kind of talk about that, which then leads us into another discussion on whether it's about, again, the future, about our kids, about work, whatever it may be. But we're spending that quality time together, and that makes a huge difference. It really helped our relationship. It has really helped us individually as people, and it has allowed us to continue to come together and love on one another. And so I definitely recommend that. Another thing that we schedule in is one-on-one time with our kids. So I read a super short book. I think it's like maybe 60 pages. It's called The Family Board Meeting. And that book is for entrepreneurs who have kids, and basically talks about spending one-on-one time with them, scheduled every single, or like once every 3 months. So once a quarter, because as entrepreneurs, but I mean, it applies to everybody, as working parents, we get so caught up in our own lives that we don't really necessarily give our kids the attention that they deserve. So once every 3 months, we put it on the calendar. It is a non-negotiable. We don't plan anything else during that time. We call it our family board meeting, and we split up into 2 teams. He goes with one kid, I go with the other kid, and they get to choose whatever activity they want to do. Obviously within reason, because I have boys, and if it were up to them, they would be at Pietro's, at a pizza place every day, playing video games and eating tons of pizza. So obviously we keep it within reason, and we keep it within a minimal amount of money, but you can do stuff for free. You could color with them. I mean, it's really whatever they want to do. As summer is coming, We could go to the park, and I know my 6-year-old loves the park, so I know that that's going to be something that he chooses. We actually have our family board meeting coming up this weekend. Anyways, so that's another thing where we're incorporating that in, and it doesn't have to be every single day. It doesn't have to be, once a week, once a month. It's whatever works for you and however you want to layer that into your life. So start to take those important things that you established in the last video that will help you live your good life and start figuring out how you can incorporate that in. Is it chunking it into your daily time blocks? Is it scheduling it a couple days a week? Is it, scheduling it once a quarter? What is that exactly? And how can you make that part of your everyday life so that you're living with intent and you're living with purpose? If you have any questions about this whatsoever, I am happy to answer them. Please leave a comment below. You can email me also. You can just shoot over to my website, www.desiehernandez.com, and I will leave a link below so that you can send over your questions. I am happy to answer any of them, and I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.